Let's take a look at how we are going to evaluate exponential expressions when you've got negative exponents and then when you have to plug numbers into it. Now, before we plug anything in, simplify it first. So simplify means highlight your negative exponents, move everything around, and then plug the numbers in and complete the order of operations. So the first thing we're going to do, highlight, and then this is going to move underneath of these two. Now, because the 2 and the x squared aren't highlighted, we don't do anything with them. Just leave them alone. So we have 2x squared over, so y to the negative third, the reciprocal, is going to be y to the positive third. Now, we can plug in 3 and negative 2. Now, when you plug in negative 2, make sure you use parentheses because you want to plug in the negative with the 2 so it belongs to the 2. So here's what this is going to look like. We're going to have 2 parentheses 3, so that's what I'm plugging in for x is just 3 squared all over, and then I'm going to plug in negative 2 to the third. So notice I just used a red marker to show where I plugged in x and y. And up here, order of operations first, we're going to get 2 times 9. Be careful, 3 squared is 9, not 6. And then negative 2 to the third. Again, you may use a calculator. Sorry about the glare. Negative 2, make sure you use parentheses. To the third, that is negative 8. Because remember, that's the same as saying negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. And if we have 3 negatives, our answer is going to be negative. So we have this all over negative 8. Now I got to keep working this out. 2 times 9 is 18 over negative 8. Simplify that, divide both by 2. We get 9 over negative 4. You may leave it like that, or you can write negative 2 and 1/4 if you'd like. You may leave it as improper, or you may make it a mixed number. Decimals will be okay, but again, I prefer just to leave them as fractions since we're dealing with them through most of the problem. All right, let's try the second one. Highlight anything with a negative exponent. That's going to flip to the bottom. So I have x to the 0 over y to the positive 2. Don't forget, once you move it, it becomes positive. And now we're going to simplify. And we get 3 to the 0 and negative 2 to the second. Now, my big recommendation is anytime you plug any number in, whether it's positive or negative, just put it in parentheses. That way you know you're doing this number to the 0 power and you're doing this number to the second power and so on. Okay, 3 to the 0 power is 1. Any number to the 0 is 1. And negative 2 to the second power is positive 4. So that is our final answer for number 2. All right, let's try the last 2 right here. This one I don't have any negative exponents, so I'm just going to plug some things in. So I have negative 2 to the 0, but remember, you need to use parentheses when you plug that in, okay, because the negative is also to the 0 power. And then we have 3 to the third, 1 over 27. All right, last one for this video. Highlight the x. Now only the x has the negative exponent, so the y is going to stay there, but we're going to move the x to the third to the top. So we get x to the positive third, and then we still have our y down here. All right, let's plug in our numbers. So we have 3 to the third, and then we have a negative 2 down here. 3 to the third is 27 over negative 2. You may leave it like that if you'd like. You can, I'm fine with improper fractions as long as they're simplified. I'm not fine with 18 over negative 8. I am fine with 9 over negative 4. So you may leave it like this, or you can put negative 13 and 1/2, or you can do negative 13.5. But again, because we're dealing with fractions through most of these, I would just leave them in fraction form. So there's your final answer for number 4.